Hello everybody, Marty McConnell here, the Off-Grid Gecko, and I am going to do another edible wild plant today. I did one of these videos before, and these guys were just coming up, and there was an ingredient that I put in like my little soup thing, and I said it tasted a lot like an oxeye daisy, and I wasn't sure because I haven't seen these guys in like a year, but sure enough it was. The leaf was one of the leaves from these guys. And they grow up from the ground on these little things like this. I'll take some close-up video footage of these later so you can see them in different stages of growth. And then when they bloom, they come out to these little flower heads. And these flower heads, and actually because the leaves are edible, I would assume the entire plant's probably edible, though you might not want to eat the stem. They're actually, as far as wild edibles go, when it comes to greens, usually you get a lot of bitter stuff and you get a lot of just off tastes that if you're used to living in a city or something, it'd take a little while to get used to. These guys are like a freaking snack that comes along in April, May, about this time of the year. And you can literally pick these little flower heads up and eat them all afternoon, and they're actually pretty good. They're not overwhelming with flavor. They have a very mild flavor, so it's almost like eating nothing, but they do have a little distinguishable flavor to them, and they're quite good. So you can put them directly on salads like this. You can use the greens in salads or soups. Just an all-around wonderful plant. I don't think these have any known medicinal uses as far as that's concerned, but they do attract a lot of pollinators. So I will usually let most of these guys form a seed head, and they form a seed head a lot like a dandelion. They get a little puff ball up here on top. I don't think I have any around like that, but it's just this wonderful little edible wildflower. And if you're in a spot where they grow, then they grow everywhere, and you have a hard time missing them. The tops are a little bit larger than a quarter on the flower head, which makes it pretty large for something called a daisy. And yeah, it's just a quick, easy source of nutrition if you're out in the wild, or if you just want to experiment and pick something. I found it to be fairly safe, but I don't know if some people might have allergies to it or whatever. And it is just like an all-around good plant. It's one of my favorite things to see, because after these guys start weaning off, then all the berries start showing up, and then things get really cool because I'm growing stuff, the garden starts to produce, and then all these wild edibles come into fruit, and it's just like the summertime as it's hot and it's kind of sticky and not always the most comfortable conditions, but little treats like this are abundant all year long. And these things do attract a lot of bugs. They're almost like a sunflower in form, and like any sunflower or dandelion, they're going to attract a lot of bees and insects and pollinators and stuff. So they're growing all around the garden here right now. It's just a smorgasbord for the bees. So when my crops start blooming, hopefully they make their way over there too. That's it, just a short video, and showing some of these guys off so that you can get to know your wild edibles better. I don't know if there's any toxic plants that look quite like this. There's definitely none that I've seen that taste like this. So it's kind of hard to distinguish, to mistake these for something else, especially after they bloom. They've got a bright yellow center and these little florets around the outside, just like a sunflower, like a little tiny sunflower. So it's almost impossible to mistake them for anything else, and they're just another one of the wonderful little things that you can eat if you're out in the woods and looking for something in April. This is something to keep an eye out for. Yeah, I think I'm just going to leave it at that. And if you guys want to see more of these videos, let me know. There's a couple other things going on out here, so I might shoot some more today, and then hopefully those videos will be posted soon. But yeah, oxeye daisies, one of my favorite wild edibles, just because they're easy to find, they're fairly nutritious, and you can eat the leaves, the flower. You could probably eat the stem, but it's probably a little stringy. might actually be able to use the stem for making cordage. So if I ever figure that out, I'll let you know. And yeah, join me for more. Check out my channel, and if you like what you see, go ahead and subscribe. I'll be here all week. Talk to you later.